They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Them vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Nobody prayed for it. Nobody doesn't pray for us. Nobody doesn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy poster.
Bottom caste. See, everyday white supremacists, they operate a strict caste system for the people in the middle and the people at the top. In order for them to feel secure, there has to be a permanent, recognizable bottom caste. And they want to select us to be the anchor of the caste system. So the cultural hatred that you see when foundational Black Americans step out of line, we start building wealth and we demand justice. They're reacting to the caste system breach. We're breaching the caste system. So they want to do like a social correction by hating on us and trying to use the everyday white supremacists to force us back to the bottom so the rest of the societal hierarchy don't collapse. And we're not sitting on the bottom. We're not comfortable on the bottom. It's heavy. It's very, very heavy. Because the white supremacists, their numbers are dwindling. And they want to rule as a minority. What? But how you gonna rule as a minority and you have a rebellious class of people who never laid down for your ass? See, that's where the paranoia is coming from. So they're trying to haze us into and it's not working. See, they want to do us like South Africa. And I love my South African brothers and sisters, but y'all sat up there as a majority and let all that bullshit go on. We ain't on that. We ain't letting that happen. That's not going to happen with us. No disrespect to my South African brothers, because you do have riders over there. Shout out to the brothers and sisters who are riders, but shit. All right? Shit. We ain't on that, though. We're the minority and we ain't on that. We turns up. They know that. We turn up and we 13% of the population and we turn up. They know we get to like 50 or 60% of the population. They know what it is. You understand? Somebody said you gonna have a bunch of white servants. Oh, yeah. That's what the Hebrew Israelites be saying. They're like, when we get back on top, we gonna have you picking cotton cracker. They be saying all that shit. And the white supremacists, they're scared of them Hebrews. Them Hebrew Israelites, they scared of them. Man, it's funny. That is funny. Man. All right. Let me see. All right. So y'all gonna have white servants. Man. All right, let me get the family in here. Y'all raise your hand. I ain't gonna be on too long. I ain't gonna be on too long, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all come on through with it. Raise your hands, family. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Let's get y'all in here. Raise your hands. Who is that? I am Chinese. And okay, hop on, Mr. Chinese. Sound like a Rohan account. Oh. All right.
I know Rohan. I Chinese. Arigato.
Well, God damn, Rohan.
Arigato. I said arigato. I'm not Rohan. Arigato.
How many accounts you got, Rohan? You put the rainbow flag. You know he's clearly a punk. Yeah, you know, he's an Ethiopian punk. All right. He smells like bussy and baklava. All right, let's see who we got. Raise your hands. We'll get one more in here. We'll get one more in here, ladies and gentlemen. Think we can do one more? We can do one more. All right, because I got to get up. I got to do stuff tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see. Bombay, you going to get on camera, Bombay? Bombay, you need to get on camera. What's up, Miss Bombay? Trying to get Bombay in here. Bombay, what's up, Miss Bombay? She's having some connection issues. Waiting for her to get it together. Waiting on Miss Bombay to get it together, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get Doc Dollar. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Doc Dollar. Royale. Let's get Miss Royalis.
Yo.
Who's that, Doc?
What up, though?
What's up, man? You from Detroit?
Yes, sir.
All day, man. What's going on with you?
Nah, man, I saw something on Dr. Richie where they said there's a bunch of Republicans trying to go against reparations to get.
FBA, my family is born. I don't have what happened.
Did you help him get his green card? Take care of the baby?
A liar, and even if you're gonna be outside doing whatever you want to do, at least.
Does his hairline take after his dad? Does he have a little peppercorn?
A little bit, and I'm hoping and praying that my baby hairline come all the way in, and that it, but a little bit is definitely given Nigerian, Heather, whatever. I'm like, oh my goodness. And my brother be looking at him like, oh my goodness, he look just like his daddy. I'm like, shut up. But
you're in New York. Take him down to Denny Mo's in Harlem. So I think they can do something with that peppercorn. That's a barbershop. That's my people. They know how to really work on that peppercorn. They get them edges faded up. They give them a good FBA fade. Yeah.
You said it's called Denny
Mo's. Denny Mo's in Harlem.
Mo's. Okay.
Take them up to Denny Mo's.
Oh, and Mr. Nasheed, you was saying you was recommending a soul food restaurant in Harlem. You was like, that's the best soul food every time you come to Harlem.
Oh yeah, there's a couple.
What is it?
I go to Melba's, I go to Sylvia's, and my sister Brooke told me there's another one up there. We're gonna get you a new dude. I should have asked. I didn't want to get too in our business, He got a kufi in the closet and some flip flops, so he's over there knocking the bottom out that thing. I want to see my son and hit that cooch. He's over there tearing that ass up. No. Under the pretense of seeing his son. He go play with his son for 5 minutes and tear that pussy up for an hour. That's what it is, and you know it.
I'm Jamaican.
You ain't black.
Then what am I?
Jamaican.
I'm black.
You Jamaican.
No.
You Jamaican.
There's a difference, huh?
It's a difference.
Okay, describe the difference.
If I go to your...
What color is my skin? What color is my skin?
Yellow.
Okay, and it derives from?
Even white derives from black. Even white derives from black. All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say Jamaican anywhere.
How can you describe me as being black? You have a name. You're Jamaican.
And you're American.
Well, I'm black American.
Okay, I'm black Jamaican.
It don't say that. You're making something up.
Stop the cap.
It don't say that. Our paperwork, we have to check something. When you go back home, you don't check nothing. You're automatic Jamaican.
Right.
I'm not automatic American. I'm automatic black. You see what I'm saying? So when we say black, we talking us. Y'all ain't us.
No.
Don't y'all got Jamaican food?
Yes.
Don't y'all have a Jamaican culture?
Yes.
We don't.
Got it.
So
Got
we
it.
those seeds. We are not African seeds. We are not. We don't have no African bloodline other than what the white boy has.
African Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their blackness. So, you know how African Americans will say, oh, black writer, black creator, black artist, black lawyer, black doctor, black woman in STEM. No, when we come to this country, it's immigrant or nationality, maybe our careers next, and then whatever else comes after that. So immigrant, Jamaican, marketer, whatever else comes after that. The issue that you're having is we don't see ourselves as one of you.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not. Word.
What do you think about the Black American culture?
Fucked up. I'm sorry. Is it like
Stop the cap.
okay, the fucked up humanity group that's
to slavery as opposed to seeing it as first of all, why do you believe the white man's history so much? I went to boarding school in Cameroon and I learned that one of the tactics that they used to get Africans in the slaves in the ships, they stole them literally.
No.
They would,
Stop the cap.
They would come to the chief and say, hey, we just need a couple of men to work for this time, and those men would never come back. I mean, there were so many different sneaky ways that they got people away. Do you think Africans were proud to?
okay, so
I
would like to say something as well.
wait, hold on. Go ahead, Rashad.
You have the women of Dahomey. They were doing it. I think it was 75% of slaves that came through the transatlantic slave trade came straight through there. Matter of fact, they had, if I remember right, they had a tree. They used to have their slaves walk around called the tree of forgetfulness because they didn't want when those slaves died over there, their spirits to come back and haunt them. They were brutal with their tactics, cutting jaws off, killing.
What are your sources? Where is history?
Zora Neale Hurston. Zora Neale Hurston is one of the greatest.
I have never heard that in my life.
Okay.
They were our brothers that were kidnapped. We did. They were our brothers that were kidnapped. We did not sell our brothers. We never sold them to anybody. We were kidnapped, and they were lied to. Their descendants were lied to that they were sold. No.
Number two, none of us were there during the days of slavery. So whatever story they have taught us, we don't sold it. That your brother sold you. I wasn't there. You weren't there. So we don't even know what truth is.
Oh my God.
Even if it's the truth, how many years ago have they been? Some of you have forgiven the white man, but you refuse to forgive your so-called brothers who sold you to the white man. I don't believe that story because I wasn't there. Number two, none of us were there during the days of slavery. So whatever story they have taught us, we don't sold it. That your brother sold you. I wasn't there. You weren't there. So we don't even know what truth is. And even if it's the truth, how many years ago have they been? Some of you.
Slave raiders, who were they? According to your research, who were the slave raiders?
Primarily the European. Primarily the European.
You're familiar with the transatlantic slave trade, right?
I certainly am.
Okay. I heard you use the term, do you still go by this term? Do you still go by that we were kidnapped?
Yeah, because you got to get kidnapped first to get enslaved.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just asking. Okay, so now when we were kidnapped, who did the kidnapping?
Dutch, the Portuguese. Dutch, the Portuguese.
is that Africans and Europeans were co-conspirators in the enslavement of our ancestors. So just as it would be foolish of us as Jewish freedmen to seek unity with Europeans, we must also realize that it's also foolish to seek unity with Africans. They literally sold us to the Europeans.
Okay, can you prove these things? Can you give us some resources real quick? Because when you say Africans, there's 54 countries, I believe, in Africa. So when you say the Africans, you just talk about all of them sold us, or how did that process work? Can you give me some references, please?
Yes, just like when we say Europeans enslave us, we don't mean all Europeans, correct?
Whether the Africans had slavery before the Europeans. Many times the Africans in wars or difficulties would capture other African groups.
Bruh. I'm using the term African the same way that we would use the term Europeans.
No, I'm not. Need some references. Okay.
Ghana apologized for selling us to Europeans. That's one reference.
What was that?
Ghana, the nation of Ghana, they apologized. Yes, they apologized for selling our ancestors.
No. I think you misunderstood.
Oh, you might have forgot.
No, you misunderstand my question.
Yes.
I need references. Where can I go read, study, research, cross-reference?
Exactly. Elmina Castle, Elmina.
Easy.
The Africans who was brought here, the first generation was African slaves. The second generation was African slaves. The third generation was in America because they stopped importing slaves into the country because the world said, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. What did America say? We go make niggas here. We're going to make breeding farms. So there was no longer, when they started breeding slaves here, these aren't Africans.
Thanks.
These aren't Africans. They wasn't, these are not indigenous people that was already here. They made by the white man. And
remind you of food that you've had in Nigeria.
Yep.
You know, show me some customs, some religions, some belief systems.
Dances and
oh my gosh,
you're
like,
what?
Harken right back to the continent. So it's not about a cultural difference. It's just lies.
Propaganda.
That we've been told. So we're like, oh, you know, they don't like you.
Right.
By the way, they sold you.
Yeah. Right.
So you can't trust them. Those people.
Right.
And so we're believing them. Look, we're all just going to believe them and let them tell the story. How you know that we sold you?
Yeah, right.
Because a white man told you we did that?
Right.
And you just going to believe him?
Well, they trained us to believe him.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you would never question it. So it's a lot of propaganda that, of course, still.
Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Permeates our cultural understandings. But for me, I'm like, hey, look, and this is what I always tell people who come to Ghana with me, right? Because
And speaking of African, if you want to talk about Africans, who was this lady, this Ghanaian lady who they get this lady, she's Ghanaian. And she was like some kind of chief marketing executive at Netflix. They have her act as a black representative at all these corporations. And I'm going to show you why. I want to play this clip. And she was up there with Godfrey and this other cat. And they're talking that same old, food from New Orleans look like African food. And I want y'all to hear this. This is a short clip. Dude, we got to unpack this. Hold on. I forgot what this woman's name is. Some of y'all have seen her before. Hold on. Who is this? Hold on. Let me get some of these people out of here. Okay. Let me show this. Let me take my phone off the thing. Okay. So listen to this woman. Hold on. Because this woman keeps making... Ma'am, not right now, ma'am. Not right now, ma'am. Not right now. Damn, you in that bonnet and them dry lips. Not right now, man. Damn. Good grief. All right, if I say no, if I refuse your request, just keep it pushing. Don't keep pushing the damn button, please. All right? All right, I'm trying to make a point here. Okay, so this lady here, I forgot what her name is. So she's up here talking about the similarities in the foods. There we go. And then she said something about slavery. Hold on. Just listen. Hold on. Let me get the volume up. Hold on.
And show me some food.
Yeah.
That reminds you of food that you've had in Nigeria.
Yep.
You know, show me some cuts. Go to New Orleans.
Right.
And show me some food.
Yeah.
That reminds you of food that you've had in Nigeria.
Yep.
You know, show me some customs, some religions, some belief system.
What foods? What foods? What foods? I really wish they stopped doing that. It don't taste the same. Nigerian food don't taste like New Orleans food, not even close, and y'all know it.
Dances and
oh my God,
you're like, what?
Harken right back to the continent.
Dang.
So it's not about a cultural difference. It's just lies. that we've been told.
Propaganda.
So we're like, oh, you know, they don't like you.
Right.
By the way, they sold you.
Yeah.
So you can't trust them. Those people.
Right.
And, so we're believing them. But we're all just gonna believe them and let them tell the story. How you know that we sold you?
Yeah, right.
Because a white man told you we did that?
Right.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Are you
what?
dumb?
And you just gonna believe him?
Well, they trained us to believe him.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you would never question it. So it's a lot of propaganda that, of course, still permeates our cultural understandings. But for me, I'm like, hey, look, and this is what I always tell people who come to Ghana with me, right? Because
Okay. Man, I don't know where to begin. It's way too much to unpack with that, dude. What kind of weird lie is that? What kind of weird lie is that?
Bruh. Oh my God.
Yeah, we sold y'all. Who told y'all that? The white people? Huh? What? It's very well documented. Y'all admitted it. Didn't several African nations came out apologizing for doing it? What are they talking about? Y'all have admitted it. You still got the damn slave castles over there. What are you talking about? You still make money doing tours over there in them slave castles, describing in detail how you were selling people. What is this woman talking about? What the hell? I mean, they got them slave dungeons, East Africa, West Africa. I've been to the ones in Zanzibar. They got them all over. And we had you niggas on the here with the chains in this dungeon, the one for the women, the one for the men, and this is the door of no return. They sit there and give you a whole tour, breaking it down. It was a very elaborate system. Yeah, the white D man didn't tell me. Y'all told me. Good grief. These folks be just saying anything, man. What kind of lie is that? But you know what, man? This is like a weird destiny swap type of thing, man. The fact that they got this woman.
Are you dumb?
I can't think of her name, but they hire her as like a corporate market somebody. She's always representing the black community. And this is why they want people like that to represent us so they can erase our ass and make us some damn generic Africans.
Are you dumb?
See, these corporate entities, they like to get these first-gen immigrants to serve as the face of Black America. Because they are buffer.
You
they elevate these people who don't possess our spirit and our generational trauma, our historic grievances, our lineage-based claims. So they know they can check the diversity box without having to address the systemic foundational issues that goes on. So they can outsource black representation to somebody who aligns more easily with corporate comfort zones. What y'all remember Emmanuel Acho? He said something very interesting when he was on some show, and he basically said what we've been saying. They were talking about racism. He was like, well, me being an immigrant from Nigeria, So I can talk about racism. I can have a different perspective because I'm not going to have the generational trauma and the baggage of slavery. So I can have a conversation about racism from a different perspective. So he said something to that effect, and I'm paraphrasing. It was very interesting that he said that because these people consciously know that the dominant society prefers somebody who don't come from our lineage to step to them, because we ain't gonna take no shit. When we see something janky, we usually call it out. You understand? These other people go along to get along. We go to some corporate job or whatever. If something ain't right, hey man, we ain't getting paid enough. Hey, we need dental, we need medical. FBA is gonna say something. You understand? We gonna say, I love TikTok Shop. These other people will just kind of go along with whatever. You understand? Any type of misrepresentation of us, they'll go along with it. We, on the other hand, we're like, oh no, that what you about to put on air, that's not a good look for the culture. We'll say something, and I'm telling you from experience. I've said something. I've done shows, and I've dealt with some of these networks, and I'm like, some of this shit y'all putting out here, that's not it. Some of this stereotypical bullshit, that ain't it. I've told these people in their faces. Shout out to my sister Monique. When me and Monique was doing some stuff with VH1, Monique, I'm sitting back there with Monique. We're doing Charm School. Y'all remember when she hosted Charm School? And see, I've always had a lot of respect for Monique. I've always had a lot of respect for Monique. Because right after Charm School, remember, a few years later, they started all that love and hip hop shit. Who they get? They got Mona Scott, who's Haitian. They started getting all these non-FBAs to push that bullshit. You understand? They started getting a lot of them non-FBAs at VH1 to push this weird stereotypical bullshit. I'm telling you, and I was there when we're doing Charm School, when they had them sisters acting ratchet and the white producers were all giggling. Oh, this is so great. I was in the room with Monique. Monique was in there checking the hell out of them. Yes, Charm School 2007. My sister Monique was in there. We had a meeting with those producers, and they were like giggling, and they were like, oh, this is such great stuff. And Monique was like, well, hey, I don't appreciate y'all showing these black women like that. Y'all got these black women in here fighting, acting very ghetto. That's not a good look, and I don't like it, and I don't appreciate it. She was checking them on that. I'm sitting there with her while I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I've always had respect for Monique because of that. You understand? They try to say she's difficult. No, Monique just don't be in there with the bullshit. She tells them what it is. You're not going to be doing some bullshit. You dig? That's how we are. We start checking these people. We're not going to go for that stuff. You don't do that. Don't do this. Just like when I think it was Dave Chappelle, one of them, they told him to do something weird and he wouldn't do it on one of them film sets. And then they came in with a whole different script. So they already knew. I think they wanted him to put on a dress and act like a woman or some shit. And he's like, I ain't doing that. No. Yeah, they wanted him to wear a dress in some movie. Bruh. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Then they came back in with another script. And also on the Dave Chappelle show, when he was doing his own show, he walked away from his own show and said, no, I don't like, I don't like the direction in this. I don't like this. I don't like the direction of it. You see? Yeah, and the stuff they have now, all these weird shows now is just ridiculous. I don't even watch them. I don't even watch them. Yeah, said his writer Neil kept laughing at the racist stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we will say, hey man, this is not a good look. So this is why they start getting tethers to be the face of diversity, and all of this goofy stuff pops off. That's why none of these shows are that good. You notice? None of these shows are really that good. Because they get people who are not really of the lineage to try to represent the culture, and it don't hit. It's not authentic. Remember, they tried to do some weird reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I couldn't watch that. It was all tethered up. It ain't the same. You dig? Notice they try to do these replacements of classic FBA shows. You know? There's nothing good on television. You notice that right now, there ain't nothing really good on TV like that people rush home to see. We will rush home to go see Martin. We rush home to go see In Living Color. Shows like that. That was something that you see that and everybody's discussing it the next day.
Yeah. We hear. So I wanted just to play the part where the Ghanaian woman, oh my God. And I played an intro, like I don't know what's up with these African tethers and these Pan-African tethers. They like to believe that Africans had no part in the African slave trade. They like to believe that white people came to Africa with a large salmon net and threw it across a bunch of black folks and dragged them to the ship and brought them to America and the island, whatever else, Brazil. This is embarrassing. I had a woman on TikTok argue with me. I was trying to find the video. It's somewhere in there, but it's embarrassing, man. They'll sit there and I thought she was like kind of like gaslighting me, but they really try to corrupt their brains to believe they had no role in our slavery. And the thing is, it's disrespectful. Like, take accountability. If you want to move forward, you can't deny it. I mean, that's what white supremacists do. They try to downplay slavery in America. Oh no, you guys were indentured servants. Yeah. Oh no, you got paid. No. Like, what? It wasn't that bad. Oh, get over it. It's been so long ago. You dig? Yeah, man, that's highly disrespectful. It could be no allyship with that. You don't want to take accountability for what your ancestors did. You know, keep it moving. You dig? Get your emotions somewhere else. Stay away from us. We're gonna hold you accountable. You best believe that. Like that. That's very, very disrespectful. Like, then you got Pan-Africans who like to downplay. Oh, with the white team man, bruh. I know the white team man role. He came with the ships and the money. Got it. But you enslaved and sold, right? I mean, like, oh no, that's what the white team man told you. The white team man lying. Oh my God. Okay. So when Ghana apologized for their role in the African transatlantic slave trade, they were put up to it, right? White team man forced them to do so. Like, at this point, it's getting ridiculous and highly disrespectful. So we got to defend ourselves, man. We got to defend ourselves because they're offending us. They're telling us that they had no role. Like, we're making things up. We're brainwashed by the white team man. Got to defend ourselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you got a lot of self-defense cases going on around here in this country. High profile at that. They're being racial. They're being racialized. And it's tricky. It's tricky, man, especially when when you got witnesses, if they, that can help you out a little bit. Unless they are against you, then it's not gonna help you out. It's gonna go against you. And if you got no witnesses, it's just you, the evidence, the crime scene, and the assailant, the defendant, right? Basically, his story versus nobody's, right? All the state can do is try to punch holes in their stories. But like, there's nobody to bring up when the only witness is your son. Yeah, man. So there's a bunch of takeaways we're supposed to be learning from these situations, and we're not learning. We're putting ourselves back in these positions every 10 years, every 10, 15 years, we're back in these positions. And a lot of these cases are preventable. a lot of these self-defense mishaps are definitely preventable. They could have been avoided. Every last one of them could have been avoided. And until we start to realize, hey, man, this country is not going to represent you. I don't know why we're not teaching our kids that, man. This country is an enemy, always have been an enemy to you. This country writes up laws and legislation. It goes back and make your ethnicity an all-inclusive race. Therefore, you can't demand any justice in that racial name. Therefore, we got to delineate and leave that name right there. Come up with a whole different name. To say, okay, well, this ain't a racial name. This is who we are as a lineage, as an ethnic group. Then we got to demand that name. Then when we do that, a bunch of tethers act like we did the most. It's like, so we don't have the right to defend ourselves. We're defending our lineage. We're defending our name. We supposed to just take it. Take the abuse. No. We're not taking no abuse. We're going to defend ourselves. Like, speaking of defending yourself, so in most self-defense claims in the United States of America, right, here's what you need to know. So let's say if somebody's breaking into your car and you caught them outright. Now, you might think you can go get your strap and run outside and point it at them and say, get out of here. You think you can do that, right? Well, you might get away with it because the guy who runs away ain't gonna tell on you. He's over there trying to break into your car or something. But like, let's say if the neighbor's ring camera caught you, right, or some type of camera caught you do that, and you call the cops, hey, I ran somebody off. He tried to break into my car, and they look at that that video, and they see you not using your weapon the way you're supposed to. Yeah, you might not get in charge for that brandishing. You know what I mean? That's not what it's used for. It's used, if you bring it out, you must use it. That's a self-defense. I mean, unless the threat just starts to run away and retreat, right? Then obviously you don't. But if the threat's there and you yank that thing out, you brandish that thing, you got to use it. There's no warning. There's no warning. You can't let stuff fall from the air. You will be charged and lose your license to carry. Yeah, so you have to use it. Now, here is the only way you can use it. You have to believe in your mind, in all of your mind, you have to believe that there's an imminent threat to your existence. That means you believe with this person in front of you, whatever they're doing, whatever they got going on, you believe at any moment that this person is going to delete you. If you don't fully believe that and you delete that person or harm that person, you are going down. Now watch this. Now, let's say if you believe that, right? But the jury said, nah, okay, you were tripping. So now the jury got to believe that, right? So forget about what you believe in your head, because, people do the most. People get their foot stepped on, or their girl with somebody else, and I gotta. So people crash out for the littlest thing. But listen, what gotta happen now. So it doesn't end where you believe this was an imminent, you know what I mean? Because you might be biased. You might, oh, hey, this is an imminent threat, and it really ain't. It really ain't. You're being biased. So now a jury don't care about what you believe. They gotta believe that person by the testimonies, the evidence, everything else. They gotta believe that somebody else in your position will most likely did the same thing. If they don't believe that, you're probably going down. Like that's how serious it is. Like, they gotta believe that the average person, the reasonable person in that given situation would do just that. And that at that moment. Okay, so now the Rick Chow thing. There's no witnesses, right? So Rick Chow son said, "Hey man, he brandished a GUN and he was pointing at us." The dad fired, right? Because he says, "Hey, an imminent threat was there." Now there's no witnesses. They supposedly found the GUN. They supposedly was Cyrus. So there's no other witness that can say otherwise. That's what happened there. Okay. So with Carmelo Anthony, the jury want to know. So let's take Carmelo Anthony. So for that, let's go back to Rick Chow. So if you replace Rick Chow with another dad, and because remember, the only story we got is that story, right, from Rick Chow and his son. So so what they do is they take the dad out of the situation and the son. They put another dad, another son, and they say, given those same situations, a son yell out, "Hey, dad, he got a GUN." Will another dad most likely defend their son? You dig? With a bang bang. Okay? Because the imminent threat is still there. Right? Allegedly he was pointing a bang bang. So there's no doubt that's unquestionable. That's an imminent threat. Now, the thing about Carmelo Anthony, the question that they got to ask themselves, if you take Carmelo Anthony out from the scene and you put, let's say, I don't know, Ray Jones, you dig? You put Jones there. Would Jones believe at any moment this dude Eric Metcalf is going to delete him? See, they got to believe that. They got to believe if you take Carmelo Anthony out of that situation, will another reasonable individual act the same way? Meaning that will they also believe because a guy saying leave and shoved them, would another guy believe that's enough to fear that they will be deleted? So that's something you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself. You say, hey, if somebody's in your face and they saying move, leave, and then they nudge you or shove you, that's account. That's I don't know the whole video. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is an account I'm hearing. So if that is the account, do you believe is looking good for him? Because again, you have to believe somebody saying leave and shove you. You got to believe somehow that person is going to go all the way. Okay. Now, if he was getting pushed by other people, let's say he's surrounded and different people are pushing him or in his space, like, surrounding him, and then he gets shoved. I believe that's an imminent threat. I believe if somebody testifies or the video shows that it's a hostile situation and Eric's in his face, leave, and there's other folks yelling at him and they're like surrounding him, I believe that's an imminent threat. I think the jury can buy that. So it's just which story do they believe, or which stories are people giving the testimony from? Then I heard one account, he actually got jumped. Now, of course, if you're getting jumped, you got all right to delete everybody, right? So those are the scenarios you got to ask yourself. If the story is he got jumped, obviously he can defend himself and delete everybody. If the story is he was crowded by people in close proximity, like arm's reach, and Eric is sitting there saying, leave, and cussing at him, and other folks are like, yeah, leave. Yeah. I believe a reasonable person, especially the fact that they ain't know each other. I think that makes it more. But if the story is they're just yelling at each other and he say leave and push him, if that's the story, I don't believe the jury is going to buy the self-defense claim. Right. So I gave three different scenarios. The first one I said for sure he'll be acquitted. The second one looks like it's a possibility. the last one, if they're just arguing with each other and nobody else like really yelling at them, nobody jumped in and he nudged them, I don't believe the jury is going to believe, hey, yes, somehow he believed that was his last day on earth. I don't believe they're going to. Yeah, I don't believe that one. So it's all up to you guys. And that's just my belief. I'm not on the juror. You dig? I'm just giving you that. Let me give LeVar Jones his wrench. He earned it. He's been definitely coming through faithfully. You dig? Yeah, so and like that's what you gotta, it's like whichever one of those stories is true, that's gonna be the outcome most likely. If he got jumped, he will be acquitted. Because I did hear that rumor. Like again, these are all rumors. I don't know which one account is because there's no cameras in the courtroom. I don't know why. I don't know why, but they won't allow cameras in the courtroom, so we're just hearing the rumors again. So if somebody testified he got jumped, if that's the consensus, then yes, he's gonna get through this. If it's a hostile crowd yelling at him, he still might get through it, or maybe charged, but a lesser charge. No, actually, ain't no lesser charge. It's just one charge. Yes, so he'll beat it. If it's a hostile crowd and they're yelling at him, and people testify to that, and they was in arm's distance, and he just panicked, I believe he got a good chance of beating that. But if it's the last one I said, if it's they're yelling at each other, leave, 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 make me, and he shoved them, I do not believe a jury is going to believe that situation. He believed, they're not going to believe that was his last day. They think at best just a scuffle, a fight, and that's it. So thought about it hard. I didn't watch hella, court, commentary, lawyers and other people. I'm like, yeah, because I'm hearing three different stories about what happened. Okay, are we good with that? Anybody agree with that? Disagree? Let me know. TikTok, invite yourself up. Start now act. Hey, P, start now act. Where I found my glasses. I like lost them again. Like, what do I be doing? Got my glasses and I think I lost them again. When I say lost them, they're somewhere. They're in the house or the car. But I keep. All right. I'll look in a bit. Yeah, man. That's where we at. We're at right there. Hold on.
Listen, there's this thing where, and the brother made a very good point. In the dominant society, do we have? I would like for some of the white tea supremacists to talk to us in here, because it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. The name of the game, family, what they're not trying to say is black people. They think we are never supposed to defend ourselves from any type of white tea aggression. That's what it's really about. You notice how they always move the goalposts when it comes to self-defense. When it's a white tea person, stand your ground. You ain't got no duty to retreat. You stand your ground. The laws mean that you can defend yourself. If there's a threat, you can stand your ground and neutralize the threat by any means necessary. Now, when a black person does it, well, you should have left, black person. Well, you should have got up and just left. Well, you shouldn't have escalated it. Oh, you shouldn't have. It's the complete opposite when it's us. It's the complete opposite when it's us. Somebody said, why did he run? Hold on, who is this? Hold on. I'm looking at, I wish y'all come up. All right. I wish some of these white supremacists come up and let me know what y'all think about the Carmelo Anthony case. Yeah, just like with Jordan Neely, Jordan Neely didn't touch nobody. He's in there yelling to himself. He got snuck from behind and unalived, and all the white supremacists said it was justified. But now Carmelo was assaulted by these people, and they're saying that he should have just sat there and been assaulted. No, you're contradicting yourself, white supremacists. You're contradicting yourself. You see, they're all over the place. Now, when Kyle Rittenhouse went across state lines with a gun, a pew-pew, that he wasn't even supposed to have, ambushing people, yep, self-defense, stand your ground. He had a right to defend himself. Carmelo had a knife in his bag. Oh, why did he have a knife? Oh, why did he bring a knife on school grounds? Why did he have that? Why? He was in the wrong. Why? It's not illegal to have a 5-inch knife. That's not illegal. And it wasn't premeditated. He wasn't going looking for trouble.
All right, that part, it was illegal. It's illegal. I think, did we look? Yeah. I think we looked it up. Yeah, it's illegal to have a weapon like that on a school ground. It is absolutely illegal, by the way. We looked it up. Yeah, it's illegal.
Trouble like Kyle Rittenhouse was. See, these white supremacists, they contradict themselves all the time. You set a precedent and then contradict yourself with the precedent that you set when a black person utilizes it. Oh, it's Dave. Okay, Dave. Okay, we got Dave in here trolling. Say he was looking to steal. Steal what? And I know you're trolling, Dave. Carmelo comes from a well-to-do family. He wasn't gonna steal nothing from them.
Okay, we got a guest. What's your name? What's your screen name? TikTok name? All right, brother. We good. How are you? Yes, sir. What you want to add to the convo?
Oh no, like this, right? For me, you got 4 motherfuckers jumping on.
Well, yeah, the cursing, you can't TikTok. Yeah, I'm coming off a straight suspension, so I gotta be super.
I don't care because I don't make no money on this. See what I'm saying? I ain't coming to make. I came on to spread a message.
Yeah. For me, same thing. Yeah, for me, same thing. Right. No. But I ain't got time. But bro, I'm a single dad. I ain't got time for like. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, you can't even let me talk. I want to talk because you worry about your goddamn page. You see what I'm saying? How the hell we gonna win? And you niggas scared to goddamn be what you're supposed to be.
Okay. All right. So let's go on. It's called RESPCEC. You gotta have respect, bro. You gotta have respect, man. Like, yeah. Then look, you go out there, you create your space, and you could talk exactly how you want, bro. You know, it's called respect, man. Everybody got their own house rules, my guy. Some houses, some homes, you got to take off your shoes. Others, they don't care. But I won't go in somebody's house saying, take off my shoes. See, the white team, man, he got you telling people, take off their shoes. You being controlled. Like, dude, stop it. If you can't watch your mouth, dude, then just, keep it moving. Move around somewhere else. All right. We ain't about to do that over here.
Hillbillies. All right. There's a lot of black people in Texas who are doing very well. He wasn't going to steal anything. That's just white.
He said, why y'all scared to go against the system? Hey, bro, here's the narcissistic behavior. I was talking to a Pan-African in my Facebook inbox. It's like, dude, you got your own message. Go do it. You want to go against the system? Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to convince you to do what I'm doing. Yeah, like all these, like a lot of these narcissistic dudes, like they really think we got to do what they do. And no, go do what you want to do, how you want to do it, the way you want to do it, and I'm gonna do it exactly the same way how I want to do mine. I'm not trying to convince none of y'all to do it my way. Like Usher, do it your way, but don't tell me I gotta do it your way. You want to buck against the system? Go ahead, bro. But we're different. You don't know anything about me. No, my voice is powerful. Yours might not be. That's why you don't care if you get hurt or not. My voice is very powerful, and I created a lane for myself, and I'm more useful if I'm heard. I'm useless if I'm not heard. Okay.
AT supremacist gibberish. Dave, hop on in here. Yeah, Dave might be Rohan. Yeah, Dave might be Rohan in here trolling. All right. And that's Texas. People have pew-pews and pocket knives and mace and all types of stuff. All right.
Nah, but you can't.
But family,
yeah, but you can't. Yeah, he's not. Tariq's missing a point. You can't bring that on school. You can't bring that on school campus. That's indefensible.
The game is we're not supposed to ever defend ourselves. Let me ask Dave and all these white tea supremacists. Let me ask you this. Well, yeah, and I want y'all to do this experiment. Who is Mikey? Mikey, are you in here? They say you're in here trolling. Yeah, Dave might be Rohan. I think that's Rohan. Mikey, who is Mikey? Where's Mikey? All right, Mikey, where are you? They said you're in here trolling too. Mikey, I don't see Mikey. All right, I see Michael. Okay. I don't see a Mikey. Do we have any people who want to say that Carmelo is guilty? All right. I would like for you to break down your theory. All right. I don't see none of it. I don't see them. I don't see who this Mikey person is. I would love for you to break down your theory. All right. Where is Mikey? Mikey, are you in here? Mikey, raise your hand. I don't see Mikey. All right, Mikey, raise your hand if you're in here. I don't see him. Let me try some other people while we're waiting on Mikey. Let's get Jadis in here. Okay, he said Carmelo shouldn't have been under his tent. It wasn't his tent. Metcalf don't own no tent. He ain't running. Nobody's going to defer to him. Who is Metcalf? Who is he to obey? I'm hearing a lot of this from the white tea supremacists that Carmelo should have just left like he was told. This ain't 1955. All right. Man. Who are you to tell somebody to get up and leave? Man. All right. Let me see. Yeah, they got this weird thing like we're supposed to get up and just go. No. Yeah, from what I understand, yeah, they said Metcalf wasn't even supposed to be there because he had got into some kind of trouble. Oh my God. So was this guy a known troublemaker? Right, and it was raining that day, so that's why he got under the tent. The other school, they didn't have a tent. Oh, Samuel, hold on. Samuel said they were both wrong. Or Samuel got like a Mr. Bojangles thing on his thing. Okay, Samuel, is that Rohan? Samuel, hop on. Yeah, I would love for y'all to get up here and speak on it. Was Metcalf suspended? Man. Come on now. Let me see. Okay, let's get I am Karif. Let's get I am Karif in here. All right. I am Karif. Uh-oh. Let me see. Miss Karif, are you in here? Yeah, some of those accounts are Austin and Rohan. I think Austin might be a Fed too, just by the little.
Yo, I know that's annoying. Yo, Tariq got that Rohan guy trolling him like that. I see you 5100 Oakland in the building. He said white tea supremacists break rules they invented and still somehow cry victim. Facts. Tandria Williams in the building. Tangerine Williams in the building. Who else? We got Computer Geek pulled up. Peace to you. Nah, yeah, oh my God. The wrench, everybody wrench was gone. I took away every wrench, right? Because I wanted to know who is here the most, you know what I mean? Like, who's the real supporters? Like, who's always here? So I took away the wrench. If you just now find out you ain't got a wrench, I mean, you haven't been here for like the last 3 weeks. So I just want to know, like, who are the DEI hard supporters? So I took away every wrench. And when I seen names constantly in the chat, you know, I rewarded them with a wrench. Now, sometimes I gave wrenches to the wrong people also. I gave wrenches to people who were not FBA. You feel me? And there's a lot of them with wrenches in the chat, like doing the most, timing people out and blocking new FBA. So what I did was I took everybody wrench to see who is who, right? So now whoever's coming in now often, I gave them their wrench back, right? So, but I made a mistake. I gave wrenches to people who are not even supporters of the channel and are not even FBA, right? But here's the thing though. There's a wrench you can give yourself that I can never take off you. And that's that membership wrench. You get membership to the channel, that's a wrench, you're wrenching yourself up, right? And that's immediate. So everybody without a wrench today and tomorrow, if you pull up and you show consistency, everybody getting their wrench back. But if you want a wrench immediately, you can wrench yourself up with that membership. That is the best wrench, because that's the wrench I didn't give to you. Like you earned that. I can't even like say anything about that one. You wrenched yourself up. You said, man, the hell with unbiased. I'm about to get my own wrench. Bam, membership. But yeah, so anybody that sticks around, I see your name here often, I will wrench you up, right? But the people who are not here often, yeah, I can't reward people a wrench if they're not ever here. Support me. You know, the wrench gang are those who making this channel survive and lit. You feel me? The people who never come, they're not making channel lit, relevant. You get it? But y'all can always wrench yourself up immediately with that membership. And that's a wrench I cannot take away from you. Believe me.
Because yeah, the shit he was doing with all of that bot spamming, we were doing a live and he was bot spamming. Yeah, he's doing a lot of Fed stuff. But like I said, man, the name of the game is for them to think we're never supposed to defend ourselves. See, under the system of white supremacy, the everyday citizens of the dominant society, they've been deputized basically to police us.
Yeah, so just one more again. When people come in the chat and don't have a wrench, I know they never are here. Because everybody who comes here, I wrench up. I gotta give the wrench back. So I want to keep track of who really want to see the channel win and who don't. You feel me? That's all. It's an earned thing. I gave it to people freely. Nobody earned it. This time, I'm just asking folks to earn your wrench. Like, there's nothing wrong with earning your wrench. It's free. I want to see consistency. I want to see loyalty. And there's a way to get a wrench right away. That's that membership wrench. So you got the loyalty wrench and you got the membership wrench. Some folks got both.
So there's a direct continuum from the slave patrols from the 18th and 19th century. The system kind of gives them this implicit historic authority to try to initiate contact and then escalate violence against us. So when a black person defends themselves from a white aggressor, the system doesn't view it as a standard self-defense. They try to prosecute it as an illegal rebellion against a deputized authority figure. That's why they keep talking about how come he didn't do what Metcalf told him to do. Who the hell is Metcalf? Excuse me. You see? See, the legal standard for fearing for one's life, that's weaponized based on race. The white supremacists, they can manufacture the whole irrational, quote, fear of a black person, just like they did with Jordan Neely. He didn't do anything to anybody. You know, we're scared of him because he's talking to himself. So they unalived that man and said it was self-defense. Against who? You snuck up against a damn special needs man who's talking to himself, unalived him and said it was self-defense. Excuse me. Because people were afraid. An unarmed, didn't have no weapons or nothing. Yeah, but a black person who's really minding his business, you get accosted by 4 people who talk crazy to you, then put their hands on you, and then you're not supposed to do anything? No. And they're trying to make it seem like Carmelo was the aggressor and he's sitting there minding his business? No, 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 no. See, they have a demand for black martyrdom. The dominant society, they'll only feel sympathy to black people if we are perfectly docile martyrs who will be unalive without raising a hand. See, if you fight back and survive, you forfeit your victim status in the eyes of the media and the public. So the system, they require black people to absorb violence and just become unalive quietly. You dig? So successfully practicing lethal self-defense, that shatters the required subservient dynamic that they want from us. You understand? Because see, the ultimate threat to the power structure is us defending ourselves. The foundational core of white supremacy relies on the permanent vulnerability of black life. You understand? So if the legal system were to ever consistently validate a black person's absolute right to use lethal force and protect themselves against YT aggression, that would establish an undeniable legal precedent of black bodily autonomy. You know what I'm saying? The system don't want that to happen. They want us to be perpetually vulnerable to these people. And that's not going to work, family. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. We can never let that happen.
No.
Because in the system of white supremacy, there is no justification at all for us to defend ourselves with lethal force against white aggression. They don't see any justifiable scenario.
Understand what I'm saying right now. I want you to
understand?
understand, overstand,
but damn that, you have a God-given right
what I'm saying right
to protect yourself. All right, damn that. You don't have to be martyred by these people. You better defend yourself by any means. See, they want you to be hesitant to defend yourself around these white supremacists. That's how they want a chud to run up on you and ambush you. They want that. They want these people to come around here saying crazy stuff and you're not supposed to do anything. You better nip everything in the bud. You better nip that in the bud, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain why you never accept subjugation. You never accept injustice. You never accept subjugation where people can come up to you and just do anything and you're not supposed to do anything because you're afraid of the institutional repercussions. See, this is where we all got to stand on business and get on code. Understand the anatomy of escalation and understand the minute we sit here and normalize these people harming us without us doing anything, that's the first major steps to genocide. Understand, genocide is a process. It's not a sudden event. Genocide does not begin with camps and massacres and purges. It begins with normalization of microviolence and systemic abuse. When a marginalized group starts to accept harassment, unequal policing, state-sanctioned brutality as well, that's just the way things are. You are inadvertently, you're
Okay, so case in point, family. So some of the folks that don't have wrenches, I just seen if they're still in the chat, they're gone. That's why I took the wrenches right there. That's why I took the wrenches right there. And I've been noticing that people will pull up. Once they realize they ain't got a wrench, they're out. So they really never care for the content or the channel. They're here for status, to feel better about themselves. They're not here for the information. I don't have a wrench on Tariq Nasheed channel. I don't have a wrench on Jason Black. I don't have a wrench many places I visit lives, but I still go. I still support because I like the information. I like the content. You dig? But yeah, but as you can see, people pull up with no wrench. I'll wait 30 minutes and I'll search their name. They be gone. But the wrench crew's still here. You feel me? And I'm trying to see who's really with the channel and who's not. Separate the weak from the strong.
Signaling to the oppressive arm of society that the boundaries of cruelty can be expanded. You understand? So every unanswered abuse shifts the goalpost. It pushes it out even more. It makes it a more severe violation coming up next, and everything is going to be justified. You understand? So tolerating abuse, that's not a survival strategy. That's the first stage of complicity in one's own eradication. You understand? Submission does not purchase safety. There's a dangerous myth that if a marginalized group simply just keep your head down, obey the rules of the oppressor, you accept abuse quietly, you'll be spared. No, history contradicts that, family. It contradicts that. If you appease an oppressive system, that's not going to earn you a place at the table. That proves to your oppressor that your subjugation is easily maintained. Man, if you accept abuse, you're not buying peace. You're giving the oppressor more time to come up with ways to oppress you more and then eradicate you. You understand? So we have to understand how oppressive systems, they require the consent or the apathy of the broader public to commit these atrocities. See, they got to frame the marginalized group as a threat, as a burden, inherently criminal. And when a group accepts abuse silently, the oppressor controls the narrative entirely. They get to point to the abuse and say, hey, look, we're treating them this way because they require it. So silence in the face of abuse, that validates the oppressor's propaganda. So you got to fight against that all the time. Rejecting abuse, that's the ultimate non-negotiable assertion of existence. See, oppression requires the marginalized groups to surrender their dignity before they can take their lives. So refusing to accept abuse, that's a radical declaration that your humanity is sovereign, regardless of what the state dictates. You draw a line in the sand that forces the oppressor to show their true violent face to the world. You understand? See, that's what we did in the 60s. We stopped sitting up here. We said, hey, damn these Jim Crow laws and all this sitting on the back of the bus bullshit. Well, no, we ain't. That's not it. Because now they're harming our kids. What made black folks step up is when they unalived Emmett Till. We took the gloves off. We said, no, we can't have this. When they start harming our kids, no. It's only going to get worse. We got to fight back by all means. And that's exactly what we did. And we showed the world how evil these white supremacists were. And that was a bad look for them, because now they couldn't run around pointing their finger talking about some damn democracy. Like, what, y'all here beating up church people? What are you talking about democracy? You're lynching people. What are you talking about, democracy? You can't wave your finger at us. So we put them on blast for the world to see. So they had to get some act right. You see? And when they start targeting our children, which is what they're doing now, we can't sit up and accept that nonsense. We can't accept that nonsense at all, you know? So yeah, that's not an option. Subjugation is not an option, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and it's about to be summertime too. Yeah, your rights come from God. Yeah, damn near. When the state becomes unjust, you have a God-given right. You are a human being. You're a mammal. Hell, all mammals have a God-given right to defend themselves. You understand? Hell, some mammals got claws for a reason. Nature gave you the tools to defend your damn self. Nature wants you to survive. You ain't gonna sit your ass up here and let people subjugate you and harm your kids with some damn impunity. No. That's against God. God don't want you to do that. God don't like these white supremacists. All right. I love TikTok Shop.
No.
Nature don't like the white tea supremacists. Do you understand that? That's why nature's getting rid of them. That's why them white tea supremacists' birth rates are getting low. Nature's getting rid of the white tea supremacists. Nature don't even like them. God don't like them. Yeah? Come on now. Man, the Most High wants you to protect yourself. The Most High wants you to figure that out. You know how to protect yourself. Our ancestors knew. They got out. Yeah? Man. But you're worried about Africans? We're not even talking about African. Oh, that's the Cape Verdean dude. Okay, we haven't mentioned Africans once until you said it. Y'all tethers love centering yourselves. Family, we've been in this room. We haven't mentioned an African at all.
No.
Good Lord, these tethers. With y'all always talking about Africans, we ain't said nothing. You're not even on our minds. Literally not once. We didn't say anything about you. Damn. See, and this is what we talk about, how tethers like yourself. Because deep down, y'all side with these other groups against us.
Bruh.
And now, since you want to center your damn self, I've been seeing a lot of you tethers sitting up here caping for Asians, caping talking about Carmelo Anthony was in the wrong. Oh, I've seen a lot of you. If you want to center yourself, yeah, that Trinidadian dude. Come on now. I've seen a lot of y'all trying to earn your little Jollof biscuits. Yeah, because y'all been subjugated over there by the Asians and all that. So yeah, y'all want us to be that too, and we're not. Yeah, they've already decimated your homeland and ran you up out of there. Now you over here trying to center yourself with us. Get the hell out of here. Because they done already smack you up out of your homeland.
I need some more work, baby, tonight.
Yeah, so we here. TikTok, invite yourself up. Oh boy. Here go this troll, Peacemaker. All right, family, get ready for trolling. What's going on, Peacemaker? Right, we can't take you seriously, man. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, because this was some of the intro earlier. I mean that. What part of Africa you from again?
Was Nigeria.
Right. So you don't have a problem acknowledging that Africans and the white men sold us into slavery, right? Sold and bought us. You don't got a problem with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think so many Africans reject that and act like that's a lie, like it's made up by the white man?
Yeah, because you exaggerate, what took place. Because white man himself in UK, banished people. Some went to Australia, some went to US, some went to Canada. It was banishment. Some people, just like in any epic event, some people, a handful of people took advantage of the situation and sold people. So that's what happened.
Yeah, but my question was, why are so many Africans in denial of that history? Like something is like that was massive.
In the history,
Tell me.
I just told you. You want to manipulate, what happened, and make it look like the people did something they did not do.
So Africans did not kidnap Africans and enslave them and sell them to white people?
If you listen to me before, like I said.
Yeah, but wait. See, I don't want to talk. See, if you ask me a direct question, I'll just answer it. I won't give you a whole nother something else. I'm just asking you. No. I'm good. I'm good. No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, no, thank you, brother. No, thank you, because I don't feel like getting out of character. I got enough. I got enough. I said, why do so many Africans deny the slave trade? Like Ghana just got some white tea country to admit is one of the gravest events ever in history, and now you're telling us it's made up. It never happened. Like, yeah, okay, all right. You gotta go, man. Y'all gotta make your mind up. Is it the gravest event to ever happen to humans, or was it the biggest lie ever told on humans? Like, y'all can't have it both ways, man. And that's why nobody likes to get down with y'all, man. Y'all can't even agree to the simplest truths. You dig? You ain't got a chance. Yeah, family. I'm sorry y'all had to witness that. My man can't even the simplest. Okay, so let me run it down. So delineation, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's reparations first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to put together this book, FBA's, because it's so much information like that we talk about, even so much stuff we talk about that even with the anti-black crime bill we want, but there's an anti-Asian one. Like, there's so much stuff that's like relevant that we talk about as part of the black book. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Something Black American First, something like that. Book gonna be called something with our name in it. Since nobody wants to put our name in things, they want to dilute us or make it a catch-all for everybody. All right. But reparations, right? So I want to be able to format this reparations and then delineation, right? And this is like after that, there's no order. Okay. So when I say reparations, when we say reparations, it's not just reparations, it's resources, tangibles. All right. So let me just put tangibles. I'm gonna put reparations / tangibles. Okay. Okay. Then I think third, I think we could put an anti-black crime bill right there. This becoming, because we normally talk about reparations and delineation, and now we've been talking about, which we said it before, but it's like third. So I'm gonna say anti-black crime bill. Okay. Then we can talk about being foundational after that to this country. Yeah, I'm not going to tolerate that tether. All right, and then after that, we could talk about the civil rights, like how we gave America democracy. Civil rights, we put civil rights and democracy. We gave America democracy. All right. Then black. Who's black? Who's not? Who's black? That's important because that goes into the the administrative paper ethnocide is happening to us. So there's a paper ethnocide that America been doing since the 70s. We're just catching up on it. It's funny because after we delineated, we start to see everything afterwards. Like, wow, Like once we delineated, we start to see everything just was right in our face. Like wow, and like literally hidden in plain sight. We like wow, so that's what was going on that whole time. It did. Okay, so that then we could talk about Black exclusion, right? How we were excluded from everything, and with the exclusion, right? So excluded, money stolen, I would say resources stolen. So these gonna be some of the this gonna be some of the chapters. I'm thinking resources stolen. What else? What we talk about in history? All right, somebody is showing that. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. They revved it up for you. Okay, so those are some of the things that's going to be in the book, right? We're going to talk about reparations, tangibles, the need for reparations and tangibles, the need for delineation, anti-crime bill, anti-black crime bill, uh, explaining why we're foundational to this country, civil rights, our civil rights movement led to America's democracy. They didn't have that at the time. They didn't even spread the rights, the constitutional rights to everybody who was in the country. We helped do that with the civil rights fight. Matter of fact, we did that. Then we talk about who's black and paper genocide. So the only real black people in the world are Black Americans. Everybody else literally are cosplaying, whether you intend to do that or not. If you say you're black and your lineage doesn't go to America 1870 census, then you are a cosplayer. Facts. Whether it's your fault or not, you're a cosplayer. And you got to accept that. Yeah, you got to accept that. Big boy. But then we got Black exclusion, and that goes into right, the wealth that we were excluded from, the land we were excluded from, the home ownership we were excluded from. So we found out through delineation that you can't get, everybody talk about generational wealth, but you can't get that. It starts with home ownership. So you got these fake gurus, financial gurus going around saying, "Hey man, let's talk about generational wealth." If they're not trying to get you into a home, to own a home, okay, that you can afford, you don't want to be caught in that Fannie Mac, that predatory lending, right? If you want to, matter of fact, Epstein talked about that. All right, it was some deep information. So he actually blew the whistle. Well, not blew the whistle, but he exposed um that. He exposed the housing crisis, like how we were indeed targeted. Let me find that audio. They got leaked. What is that? Let me find this. What did I do with it? He explained that it was planned. It wasn't something like just happened. Gotta see where I put it. Okay, getting close. I know I saved it. I don't see it. Is it my downloads? Is it in my downloads? I'll find it later. It's funny because when I'm not looking for it, I see it all the time. Now I'm actually looking for it, can't find it. You know how that go. Let me see. I got it. I got it. So this is Epstein breaking down the subprime loans that caused the Housing Act. Check it out.
Finance system was Bill Clinton. And if you ask me what and who caused the financial crisis, I would tell you it was Bill Clinton.
Because of what Bob Rubin and he did to the deregulate the financial system?
No. Because as of the last time we had our 60-minute interview, you talked to me about home ownership. And you asked me whether everyone should own a home. And I told you, no, it's too risky.
So the financial collapse of 2008 is because of hardworking African Americans, Hispanics, and whites who wanted to have a ownership stake in the society that all rests on their shoulders. They're the culprits.
No, not at all.
Okay, then
I didn't say they were the culprits. I was pretty clear it was Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And why was it Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton wanted to get votes from those people. And he sold them the idea that instead of renting in a house, and historically the values of houses have gone up, and he said, you guys in these local communities who haven't been able to afford a house before, I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to give you a way, because I'm sure I'll get your vote, that you can own a house, because I want your vote. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you buy a house, Mr. Bannon, when you really, you're right on the border, maybe, or not even on the border. Your credit is not good. Okay, let's be honest. And it's not my fault, it's not Bill Clinton's fault, but if whatever happens, at the moment your credit score or whatever it is, your credit's not good. Now, normally, you come to me and want to borrow money, I'm a bank, and I say, I'm sorry, Mr. Bannon, I can't lend you money because your credit score is not up to where it needs to be. Hopefully, if you work harder and clean up some of your problems, it will be. But no, what I say to you is, I'm going to figure out a way to lend you, not give you. I'm going to lend you money anyway, though you don't have a good credit score. And don't worry, I'm going to get rid of the term that you don't have bad credit. Bad credit sounds pejorative. You don't want to be a person.
Sounds judgmental.
Yeah, it sounds judgmental. So what we're going to do is we're going to call your credit situation subprime. Oh, nobody knows what that means. Subprime. That means prime is good credit. Subprime is not good credit. Less than good credit. So we'll call it something that people really won't follow. And we'll tell you what. We're going to have people lend you money, though you are a subprime borrower.
Oh, my God.
And I will figure out some government agencies to guarantee your loan, though I don't think you're a good risk. So the banks say, no, no, no. We don't want, initially, the bank said, sorry, this is too risky, Mr. President, for us.
Bruh.
We're in the business of managing risk. It's not our money. It's the hard-working people's money sitting in our bank. We can't lend to people whose credit is not prime. You're asking us to lend to people who are subprime. And he says, here's the key, if you don't, Mr. Bannon, I'm going to make sure the Justice Department charges you with discriminatory lending because you refuse to lend to my subprimers. In business terms, you should never lend to. But what we'll do is I'm going to form an agency called Fannie Mae and Ginnie Mae, just another agency names. They'll guarantee your loan. So don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to pay it back anymore. Bruh. Even though and maybe you don't even have to work as hard anymore. That's probably a harsh statement, but these players, these two big firms, Fannie Mae, will guarantee the fact that that bank will receive its money. Now, the bank says, wow, best deal in history. I refused to lend to Mr. Bannon, but now he has the big brother, his Uncle Sam. He went to his Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam says, I'm guaranteeing it. The bank says, I want everybody. Give me as many people as you can give me. What? Because Uncle Sam is the best credit in the world. Not only that, it's the United States government. We'll take it all.
Get on your cash
we'll
app,
take as much
sign. We're going to start getting some work done, family. So please get them donations
as we
and get
can
them
handle.
in.
Because it's the best investment for the moment. It's a strange investment because it has politics that has inserted its way into the numbers. Politics doesn't belong in the markets. But now we're going to have, I want the votes. We'll make guarantees that you who can't get a house normally will be able to get a house from the bank. The bank says, this is the best deal in history. We will package 100, 300, 1,000 of you subprimers, and we'll sell it off to somebody else. And the whole system becomes mired in subprime mortgages. That's what becomes the
What do
issue.
you mean mired? There's just too much supply. It's a supply-demand problem. You get too much supply.
No, it's a very good question. What does too much supply mean? Well, then you get the people, go back to your first question to me. Government leaders. Government leaders know if they're good, and they can do mathematics, they can balance their checkbooks. So certain people in Congress said, well, how do you value these subprime mortgages? The banks say we've been valuing them the same way we've always valued them for the past 20 years. The accounting firms, there's something in this country called GAAP accounting, which is a standard type of accounting. And we account for them the same way we've always accounted for them. If we paid $1,000 for your mortgage last night, when we put it on our books today, we're going to say its value is $1,000. It makes sense. I paid for it. What's its value? It's $1,000. That's what I paid for it last night. No. The Congress people said, that's not really a good answer, you know. That doesn't give us confidence that you know what you're doing. Because what happens if you have to sell it tomorrow morning? Something's happened and you have to sell it. Remember, there's kinds of stress tests. Would you be able to value it at what you paid for it the day before? And Wall Street says, that's not the way you can think about this. This is crazy. We always value things at the cost from the day before. And they changed the accounting method, in essence, to say not what it was worth yesterday, but if I have to sell, what would it be worth? That's impossible. So what happens is every bank now has to value something they bought yesterday at lower than they paid. Never before in 20 years did they have to do this. So something they bought at 1,000, on their books was 1,000, is now 990. That starts to, you asked the question about what did I start to think about. Something's 1,000 and 990, this person now has to value it at 980.
Yeah, so that was Epstein breaking down the whole subprime loan thing. I thought he did a good job. That was like a leak. Now that interview was a leaked interview. That was not supposed to be aired, right? But at this time he was in trouble. Like he was in trouble already. So he wasn't. I think he just got caught, and he's giving that interview. But yeah, he broke down subprime loan. Like he said, prime is good. If you're sub, that you're below it. Prime. Prime ribs, right? Yeah. So if somebody say, "Hey man, I got the prime ribs for you," you're like, "All right, man, I'll buy them." But if somebody say, "Hey man, I got them subprime ribs for you," you're like, "What? Subprime? What's that?" You know exactly what I said it was. Subprime. It's below what the good stuff. Like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. So we, you know, we're just the whipping board, right, of this country. The country comes up ways, slick ways. They made something up. They made it up. Subprime loans. Look, you can't normally own it. You can't. Your credit, you normally will be rejected, even with the FHA backing you up. You're down, man. Because the FHA loan requires you to have put down like 2 to 3% of the value of the home, the total value, and that could be 5-10 grand. You dig? The average black ain't got 5 to 10 grand sitting right there. You dig? But even with that, I forgot the credit score for that FHA loan. Yeah, because you could even be. I've seen people get denied FHA loans. That's not a guarantee. I forgot the credit score. Let's do it together. What's the minimum credit score for FHA loan? Minimum credit score. FHA. There we go. Yeah, TikTok. Invite yourself up. Don't be shy. Okay, so the absolute. Okay, so there we go. So you got to have a score of see right there, 3.5. So I was right there. So you got to have a score. Damn. Okay, so if your score is below 500, you are typically ineligible for an FHA loan, right? So I'm thinking he's talking to people that had loans less than 500 and they trying to buy a house. So banks wasn't touching them. So they said, all right, look, or you just wasn't eligible. So they said, all right, well, look, man, we got these subprime loans for y'all. Like, we're going to just make the numbers work. They don't work. It's mathematical. They don't work. But we're going to just override the system and make it work. And we're going to get you in that home. And the problem was the predatory lending. I think the interest rate by itself was just going up, just cooking people. And you know what? I need to research that. I never really researched that. You know what? I'm gonna definitely look into that more in depth. The subprime loans. You feel me? I never really looked into that. Subprime. Yeah, let me look that up. Let's look it up together. I never really until just now. All right, well, I'm gonna know now. So we went over gerrymandering. If anybody want to know what that is, tap in with me. I got you. Also, yeah. So Jerry, all right, okay, all right. I could have sworn I asked ChatGPT to research something else for me. 1 second, family, because I know I asked ChatGPT to look up something for me, and I don't remember. Oh, I found it. Okay, I got it. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's look up subprime loans together. Let's look it up. Can you break down sub? God damn, sub loan. what was that? 2008, right? I can't remember. They couldn't afford their credit was too low. So I'm gonna ask, is the subprime loan similar to the typical FHA loan, or was this a special loan for potential home buyers who didn't have the minimum credit or down payment? All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Now let's talk about the subprime loan thing. Yeah, I never really looked into this. But this is another targeted attempt, man. Like, we've been targeted, man, over and over and over and over and over. All right, all right. So I'm gonna have it. It's gonna break it down, family. Y'all ready? We're gonna read this together. Subprime loans. I can remember. I think I could have sworn it was 2008, but he said Bill Clinton. So that's why I thought 2004. I could have sworn the housing crisis was on Obama's watch, unless that was a different one. Because I remember it was a Fannie Mae, Fannie Mac, and then there was a Fannie Mae, and he named another one. So we're about to find out. Okay, so it said okay, yes, it was the 2008 housing crisis. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So it's going to explain it like a lemonade stand, right? Hold on. Okay, because it's kind of complex. So it said, imagine a lemonade stand. It says, you want to borrow $100 to start a lemonade stand. A responsible lender will ask you, do you have a plan? Can you pay back the money? Do you have enough customers? If the answer is yes, they lend you the money. It said that's how lending is supposed to work, right? So it says, what is a prime? Let me share my screen. I like when we read together. So yeah, anybody on TikTok, invite yourself up. So it says, what is a prime borrower? A prime borrower is someone with good credit, stable job, history of paying bills, enough income. It says, example, Sarah earns $80,000 a year. Good credit, pay bills on time. The bank feels safe lending her money. It says, what is a subprime borrower? A subprime borrower is someone with low credit score, past missed payments, lots of debt, unstable income. The bank sees more risk. It says Mike missed credit card payments, has poor credit, makes little money. The bank worries he will not repay the loan. Okay. It says normally what should happen, and this is what Epstein was explaining. Sorry, Mike, you don't qualify, or you can buy a cheaper house. That's responsible lending, right? So it says what happened before 2008. Okay, so it was starting with Clinton. It exploded on Obama's watch. It says, what happened before 2008? Banks got greedy. Instead of saying you can't afford this house, they said, sure, here's the loan. Even when people clearly couldn't afford it. So that means their credit was bad, missed payments, all that type of stuff. Okay. It says a simple example. A family earns $35,000 per year, but the bank approves them for a $350,000 house. The family says, are you sure? Bank says, don't worry. Says huge red flag, right? It says the teaser rate trick. It says, this is where it gets ugly. The bank says your payment is only $800 a month. The family thinks, great, we can afford that. But hidden in the paperwork, after 2 years, the payment jumps to, damn, more than 2 times, 1,800 or 2,200, 3 times per month. The family never realized the payment would explode later. Wow. It says like a trap. Imagine a cell phone company says $10 a month, then 2 years later it's $200 per month. So that's basically what happened. It says it's called a ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage, right? It says many subprime loans were called adjustable rate mortgages. Damn. The interest rate changed later. For example, years 1 and 2, you were paying 2%, then 8%, 10%, 12% or higher. After the teaser period ended, payments suddenly doubled or tripled. Wow. It said, why did the banks do this? Because they made money immediately. Think of a car salesman. The salesman gets paid when the car leaves the lot. He doesn't care if the buyer can afford the payments later. Many mortgage brokers actually acted similarly. That says now the ninja loan. Oh man, we know what ninja mean. Ain't that crazy? It's called the ninja loan. Yeah, these some slicksters. They know we started calling ourselves ninjas. Here's the ninja loan. One famous loan was nicknamed Ninja. No income, no job, no assets. Yo, this is crazy, yo. Yeah, yeah. They named the loan Ninja. Yeah, these are some racist people, yo. They call it the ninja loan. No income, no job, no assets. Seriously. Some lenders were approving people who couldn't prove income, employment, savings. Says, what about FHA loans? This is where people get confused. FHA loans are different. FHA loans are government-backed loans. They help people who have less money, have lower credit, need smaller down payments, but the borrower still has to show income, employment, ability to repay. The FHA system is designed to reduce risk. Okay, so subprime loans were much looser. Subprime loans, so many subprime lenders barely checked anything. Wow. Instead, they assumed housing prices will always go up. They believe if the borrower fails, just sell the house. Problem. The assumption turned out to be wrong. Why did housing prices crash? It says, imagine everyone in your school suddenly wants Pokemon cards. Cards go from $5 to $10 to $20 to $50. People start buying just because they think prices will keep rising. That's a bubble. So it's called the housing bubble. It says homes were doing the same thing. A $100,000 house became a $200,000 house, then a $300,000 house. So people thought housing never goes down. Oh, this is how everybody made money. Oh, banks thought the same thing. Investors thought the same thing. Everyone got overconfident. Then everything fell apart. Interest rates reset, payments skyrocketed, families couldn't pay, foreclosures exploded, millions lost homes. Example, house worth $300,000, owner owes $290,000, market crashes, house now worth $180,000. Owner thinks, why keep paying? They walk away, banks takes huge losses. Why did it become a global crisis? Banks weren't keeping these loans. They bundled thousands together and sold them as investments, like putting good apples, rotten apples into the basket and labeling it premium apples. Investors around the world brought them. Wow, that's crazy. When homeowners stopped paying, the whole financial market or system got hit. Were Black Americans targeted? this is where discussions about predatory lending often arise. Research after the crash found that many lenders disproportionately marketed subprime loans to Black and Latino borrowers. In some cases, Black families with good credits were steered into more expensive subprime loans. White borrowers with similar financial profiles often receive better loan products. That always happens in this racist country. This became the basis for numerous lawsuits and settlements. So the issue wasn't simply people had bad credit. It was also some lenders pushed riskier products on certain communities because they generated higher fees and profits. Dang. Imagine buying a tool. I think we got it. No more analogies. Banks stopped asking, can this person truly afford this loan? And started asking, how much money can we make before the problem shows up? Wow. There we go. And of course, we are the fall guy. We are the fall gals. It always falls on us. We were the intended target. They always try to throw in Latinos. Like, come on, stop. Black Americans lost big time more than anybody. And family, that's what I was trying to tell you guys, that in this country, home ownership, generational wealth starts with home ownership. Okay? So if you're denied loans, and you might couldn't afford it. So that happens too. Like, you have Black American men and women, they do test runs. They go into the bank with the same job, credit profile, payment history as a white T man, right? And this is how they was suing banks. The Black man would go in there, be denied. The white T man go in there 3, 4, 5 months later with the same profile, job profile, payment history, and what's in his bank account. Same thing. And he would get it approved. So this is how a lot of banks got caught, because that was clear racial profiling. And I'm not sure how many people went in there, Black and white T, but enough to like see the pattern. Like, this is clearly racial profiling. So racial discrimination, redlining, and a lot of those banks got sued. Yeah. So when people want to gaslight you, try to scam you and say, hey man, generational wealth, that is typically a scamming talking point. When people want to get you and get your money from you, they're going to say Black Wall Street. Hey, we need to Black Wall Street. They're going to say generational wealth. Those are like the two red flags to get away from people if they're trying to get your money. The whole Black Wall Street thing and the whole generational wealth thing is the two typical ways they try to scam you. Okay, so I think we're going to end on TikTok. TikTok, we out. Catch y'all tomorrow. Unless y'all want to invite yourself up. If no invites, I'm gonna leave TikTok first. Then we're gonna do a little bit longer on YouTube. We out on YouTube. Okay. So on TikTok, I go on there for my phone. My phone, I got this. My main cord is in the house. I forgot it, so it's gonna die. My phone's gonna die. There go TikTok for you. It loves to start blasting a video on you. I love TikTok shop. I can't stand that. Yeah, family. So I wasn't seeing the chat. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, subprime loans. I'm gonna do more. So like, that was a quick little search for y'all, but I'm gonna dig deeper into that. Like, without the analogy, I did analogies so everybody can just get it. But I'm gonna dig in further on like the technicalities and all the other stuff they did, like the real information. legalizing vultures. Yep, yep. And I'm telling you, man, they stay targeting us. Why they lend to tethers? I mean, we just read, you know, I mean, I'm not sure if the banker knows it. You know, like I mean, like you have like how do you know they lend to tethers? How do you know they lend to tethers? Like we don't know. We don't know. We can like almost assume that it happened. I got no problem with that. But it's wrong. Whoever they lent to is wrong. All I know is that we were the targets, and a lot of times Latinos do get caught up in that. A lot of times, you know, other folks get caught up in that, but we were the main targets. So they don't mind, you know, sacrificing a few non-FBAs to get the bulk of us. And if don't forget that when something like that happens, family, that is also traumatizing. It can make you not trust the bank system no more. Where you're discouraged from getting a house. And don't forget, getting a house is the first act of real generational wealth, not those scammers who trying to sell you a package. Songwriters, I got a notice on my door as we speak. Yeah, it's called extortion. Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. Like they are really targeting us. And guess what? If there was an anti-black crime bill, those banks would have been held accountable. If there was an anti-crime bill, anti-black crime bill, was that Flint, Michigan would have been in trouble. So by not giving us one, it's purposely leaving us unprotected, and they know it. They, Congress, the House, legislators, lawmakers, the people who really move the needle, government, the three levels of government. That's today. Trying to think. I'm actually. You know what? Let me get to my phone. Let me switch to my phone. Let me switch to my phone, family. 1 second. Let me get to my phone. Yeah, civil rights ain't for us. That was for immigrants. Yeah, civil rights was for immigrants.
Daddy, it's really getting dark.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna go to the store.
Or you didn't some new Lego car.
Oh, the headset going. Oh my. Matter of fact. All right, let me switch to the phone, family, real fast. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Goofy. Sit down. We're gonna sit down. We're leaving. Sit down. Okay. Come on. 856. Yeah, so I like to pride myself on being a vessel of sharing information like that. Now, if anybody was in doubt what a subprime loan was, we got a better understanding right now. You feel me? You feel me? We have a better understanding right now of what a subprime loan was and is. So nobody, I mean, like the track record of abusing us is long, man. So nobody can gaslight us. But as y'all can see, that video was mine. That because you seen Sarah Sunseti there. At that point, I was cooking him, so I had like a funny little thumbnail of him. That's my video. I got like hella videos, you know. But the topic today, I want to talk about home ownership. You feel me? Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to see the chat. I don't know where my glasses are at. Right, but oh man, I forgot to end the poll. So let me end this poll real fast. So out of 30 votes, we got dang, where's the results? I didn't just end the poll. Here we go. Okay, so did Carmelo believe he was about to be deleted? 90% of you guys said yes, and 10% said no. And yeah, all we look for is you know, people try to be honest with themselves, like being like lying to yourself about a situation doesn't help anybody. You dig? Like the thing that we got to do is learn from white tea supremacists and tethers. You dig? Like their whole system, their whole livelihoods based on a lie. Tethers got to pretend they're us and try to maneuver through life in America like they're us. Yeah, what you want? No, you know, like and white tea supremacists got to lie to uphold white tea supremacy. You know, if America caught wind, uh, you know, the system is really disgusting and ran on lies and deception, I don't think they'll be so confident. You feel me? But anyway, we can't do that either. Like we gotta ride on black excellence. And and to represent black excellence, you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with yourself. Like it's not like we're letting media gaslight us to a black or white like gang type position. Like, oh, well, if somebody's black and some racial happens, you gotta automatically stick with the black person. And white people, your gang is our white people. So when something happens racially, you gotta lie to yourself, pretend that the white person is always right. So that's what's happening with us, like subconsciously. So we're not going to be truthful on a lot of things that's like racialized. Like the you know, and just sometimes, bro, we're right. Sometimes the white guy is wrong, and other times we're wrong, and the white guy was in the right. You feel me? That's life. That's life. So, but the whole gang thing. Oh, now I'm on gang. You know, gang black. He's on gang whitey. Nah, we're on the side of black excellence, man. That's where we need to be. You feel me? I'm gonna keep saying that. Yeah, what did I do with my phone? Yeah, I'm gonna keep riding with that. We're on this side of well, we supposed to be on the side of truth, black excellence. So like you gotta like have the mind of AI basically. Like, cause if you type in some details to AI is gonna keep it real with you. AI ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. It's gonna say, look, based off the information you gave me, this is the case. You feel me? That's what I gotta tell you. So like that's how I try to be. I try to be very extremely objective, but sensitive at the same time. Okay. Yeah, but the minute we start making it about black or white, yeah, that's when we're gonna miss the ball. Because that means that at that point we'll be just as bloodthirsty to bless you. We'll be just as thirsty as just as bloodthirsty as the white tea supremacists. I think should do I wanted to go get some sandwich meat, but I hate. Oh, I gotta stop using that word. I didn't want to get this. I looked at it as 9 o'clock. I didn't want to get it. You did, because now nobody gonna cut it right then and there. It's gonna be packaged, and those dates, man, they be capping. But I'm hungry, and I feel like making a nice turkey and cheese sandwich. You feel me? So I'm definitely gonna get that. Hopefully everything's like kind of fresh still. Yeah, man. Like we gotta be better than white tea supremacists. We gotta be better than tethers. We gotta like say, hey, man, I would love for this to be the case, but unfortunately, Ray put himself in a position where he's wrong, and hopefully he gets lucky and get out of it. But it ain't looking good. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And what I don't do is make up excuses for us either, because that's what white tea people do. And like, not like, nah, we're I like to believe I'm better than a white tea supremacist. I believe they're irrational. I'm rational. They're unreasonable. I'm very reasonable. They're illogical. I'm logical. You feel me? So the 90% that believes that Carmelo Anthony felt like he was going to DIE, you know, and then yes, I guess you're looking for an acquittal, and the 10% that believes that there's no way on earth Carmelo thought a shove was going to lead to a deletion. Yeah, you guys probably hoping for an acquittal, but you like is looking bad for the young bull. Looking bad. And like, don't forget, you got to think in the mind of the jurors. They got to believe that this dude's like, because like the question going to be is like, what made you believe he was going to delete you? Like, did he threaten you? Did he say he's going to do that? I mean, like when I say threaten, did he threaten your life? Like, these are the questions that you got to ask yourself. Like, because in that case, somebody pushed me, I just can delete him and say, hey, man, or you put somebody, you get deleted. So like that's the president I don't want to see. Now I'm telling you, man, because a lot of us is quick to smack somebody. So now you're gonna see these white tea supremacists. We're gonna smack the taste out of them. We're gonna get them with the soul slap, and they're gonna rat tat tat, and they're gonna say, no, remember, a push or a slap means that you had nefarious plans for me. You didn't threaten my life, well, neither did he. You didn't do this, well, neither did he. I'm telling you, man, like this gonna be like the 1920s with white tea people when they was offing each other for the littlest thing. I mean, they were wilding. Yeah, they're those newspaper editors used to delete each other like for the story. I mean, literally, y'all can Google that. Google did white tea people in the media, newspapers delete each other over stories. Competing, newspaper media people delete each other for stories, yo. It was wild, wild west. I'm telling y'all don't want that, man. They got some balance in check. There got to be some balance in check. So this was somebody gonna say. Somebody gonna say, okay, like let's say if he took the stand, which nobody in their right mind think he'll do. But let's say if he took the stand. Yeah. So for him, I would say don't take the stand. It is because I'm pro take the stand in your self defense cases, but not all the time. But I'm saying like I will. I'm if I'm 100% innocent and I really believe that person was going to delete me, I'm taking the stand. I'm not going to let no damn lawyer decide, my fate. I'm gonna be like Travis Rudolph. I'm taking that stand, my dude. You feel me? If I really believe what I said it was, I'm taking that stand. Okay, so this is what they'll say. So they'll say I'm biased, Ron. So you're here on trial for a self-defense case, right? You are alleged to have took a person's life. I'm like, yeah, it's true. And you believe that it was necessary because you were defending yourself, right? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Okay, and so what led to it? Like, what was it? Did he have a weapon on him? No. Did you have a weapon on you? Yeah. Really? Okay. And what was it? Oh, it was a give me the knife. Okay. Okay, we understand that. Okay. You had a KNIFE on you. Okay, cool. So do you always carry a KNFIE? And that right there, that question right there can make you or break you. You feel me? So okay, but do you always so whether you do or not, do you often bring it on school grounds where it's uh-huh. Well, okay, we'll get it. Okay, so do you often bring it on school grounds where it's illegal? Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on. So these are the questions that will be most likely asked. Now hold on. I'm just freestyling because this seems just logical. Just logical questions. Like you trying to get into the person's mind to uncover the truth. So it's like, okay. So okay, so you do you normally break the committed crime? Like, cause they're gonna phrase it a certain way where the jury is reminded that that's a crime. They're gonna be like, okay, so do you always break the law and bring a weapon, a banned weapon to school grounds, or this was just a one-off? You feel me? And how you answer that question, how you answer that one might sell you the fate. You know. So now you like, nah, I don't always do it. Nah. I mean, yeah. I mean, how you gonna answer that one? Yeah, I always break the law. I always bring this. I always bring this with me. Yeah, okay, so it's like, sir, are you looking? You don't think you're looking for trouble? Like, or did anybody ever threaten your life before? Like, why are you carrying a deadly weapon? For what reason? Protection? Like who's harming you? Oh, nah, this is just in case. Because I live in a rough environment, so any day could be your last day. So I protect myself. Oh, so you protect yourself from the gangsters in your hood? Okay. Do the gangsters in your hood go to this school? No. Okay. Or yeah, some of them. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. So do the gangsters in your hood go to track meets? Yeah. They go to track meets too. Okay. Did you recognize any gangsters at the track meet on the night of or the day of the fatality? No. Okay. Got it. Got it. Come on this way. Okay. So all right. So but we're getting somewhere. So you didn't recognize. Okay. You feel me? Like you see where it's going? They're like they want to know like they want to go. They want to know establish a pattern of negative behavior. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so it just this day, just this day, you decide to break the law, commit a crime, and bring the KNIFE on short ground. Just one day. Well, I guess so. You put that. No. There's right now. Well, I guess so. You put it that way. You know, because if you try to deny it's a crime, they're gonna say, like, they might even read the statute to them, right? Because they want to lay the rule down. This is a crime, so then they're gonna make them agree that yes, bring in KNIFE to the school or school grounds, period, in the state of Texas, it's a crime, right? So once he concedes to that, which he will have to, they're gonna say, okay, so do you always? So they're gonna say, okay, so there's one time you decided to break the law, just one day, yeah. Okay, was there anything going? Get out. They're gonna say, okay, so was there anything special going on that you chose this one day to bring a deadly thing with you? Like, would anybody threaten you, or, oh, nah, no? Okay, so why this one time you decided to bring this weapon? I mean, like, you really gotta answer that question. Like, the jury wanna, like, they're gonna be all ears. Like, okay, yeah, it's a good question. Why did you decide to bring that today if this is not normal behavior? You feel me? So you're gonna have all their interest at this point. They're like, okay, yeah. Like, let us know. Like, we all ears right now. So, well, I just happen to have it on me. Or to be honest, I didn't even plan on coming to this track meet today. I was like, just carrying it legally on my persons. And I just remembered there was a track meet here, and I was already, so far from my house. I couldn't just, what I'm gonna do with it, put it in the woods and have like some 7-year-olds pick it up. And then I'm responsible for that. So I just had nowhere to put it. So I just, brought it here. That's just the honest truth. I didn't even think about it like that. Right. So did you think about it like that when you were being asked to leave from the tent? Did at what point were you reminded, oh, I have this deadly thing in the car? And he'll probably say, yeah, I understood at that time that it was with me. Okay, sir. Did you at what point did you grab it? Like, what was said that made you grab it? Was there anything he said? Because remember, if you're like this, what got Buddy in trouble, Buddy in Tennessee trouble. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Yeah, this what got Buddy in Tennessee trouble. Like, when you start clutching, you think about it. Think about it. This what got Buddy in Tennessee in trouble. Like, once you start clutching, yeah, like, they're saying with Chud, they're saying that his video shows that he went for the GUN before the guy even assaulted him. And he says, so at the point of the, so they want to know, okay, so when did you start clutching? Did you clutch? Because I guess witness saying his hand was in the bag. From what I heard, they were saying his hands in the bag while they were arguing. Like, he didn't get shoved, then grab it. His hand was already on it. So I don't know. I'm not a self-defense lawyer, so I don't know how that works. Like, you clutching before, and then, self-defense, they say you can't be antagonistic. So when he was saying, touch me, you'll find out, like, that's tough. That's tough language. That's why I say that the takeaway is, because whatever's going to happen is whatever's going to happen with him, right? He's either going to be acquitted or be found guilty, right? We can't change that. One of those outcomes is going to happen. So we got to plan for the takeaway. Stop doing that. We now got to say, okay, so what would you teach your son, your daughter at a young age about this situation, right? If you really feel like, if you really feel like your life is on the line, I wouldn't be telling somebody, touch me, see what happens. Because, you know, they're going to say, there's a reasonable person in fear of their life talk like that. You did. And I'm telling you, man, that's tough. That's tough. Like, a person who really believes that they're about to be deleted in any second will be talking so aggressive. It's like, I don't think so, family. I don't think a jury's gonna buy that. That right there. So they're gonna try to get him. Well, if he was to take that, they want to get him to see when, at what point did he fear for his life, and they're probably gonna ask, okay, so what was said? Okay, so what made you fear for your life? Was it something that was said? Was it the crowd coming closing on you? What part of that environment make you feel like, okay, I'm feeling like this is my last day on earth right now? You know what I mean? At what point, what was said, what caused that feeling? You know, those chills, those goosebumps. What was said, what was done, what action or what words was said, what action being done for you to get those goosebumps when you felt like it's me or him? You feel me? So that answer, stop, stop, stop. Yeah, so that answer right there can decide a lot. So at any point, you know, what was leaving. From what I heard, Texas isn't a stand your ground state like the way it is like Florida. That's just what I heard. Okay, for like different people, I don't know. You gotta go chat GPT. You know, oh God, yeah, what the? Yeah, I'm over here trying to get some lunch meat and talk about the case. Every time I go over there, like just 1,000, it's like white people, it's like they could hear me. Like the white people could hear me talk about this. They want to know like what's on my mind. So that's why I'm like walking away, like talking in circles. Like it's like I never knew they like lunch meat so much. Normally when I get lunch meat, just me over here. It's like they know I'm talking about this. They just want to know what's a black eye I say about this. Yeah, so those are some potential questions because what they're trying to highlight is, did you really believe this was your last day on earth? And if you did, what action, what words made you believe that? Did somebody actually say to you, hey, I'm going to kill you? Did somebody actually say those words? No. Okay, so he didn't say those words, so why do you believe that? I mean, so what? No, they're going to say, okay, so what words were communicated to make you believe something similar? Like, was there something he said similar to "I'm going to kill you"? And like he cannot, you know, you got to be careful with that one. That's one of those guiding, questions. You know, I would say, hey man, I really couldn't hear no words. Everybody was screaming at me. I couldn't even make out what everybody was saying. So maybe somebody did say that. Maybe they didn't. I don't, I just remember feeling a certain way. Okay, so they were just screaming at me. Okay, so that was your first time being screamed at. You dig? Now, if stop, get up, stop. You're gonna fall. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay. So now, if he got some, this is the best time to show some mental, panic attack types. I'm telling you, this is the best time. Just in case you don't go right for you, you can go that way with it. All right. Well, look, I got this little issue where everybody's screaming at me. I just panic and that's what happened. You feel me? All right, so I came here for lunch meat. This lunch meat is expensive, man. What is it? What is a London broil? What is turkey? Okay, I see something. Yeah, man, that's a tough position. So what I'm saying, the takeaway is this. Like I said, he's in court, they're on trial. At least he's being judged by 12 rather than being listed by 6. That's the first thing. You want to make sure that you're the one being judged, not the person being prayed over. You just so that's the first thing you want to make sure in these situations. Like, okay, let me make sure I'm being judged and I'm not being prayed over. Ain't no t-shirts in my so that part's accomplished. So he got that done. Right. Okay, so I got this. So I want any cheese. And cheese costs a lot of money nowadays. All right, yeah. So that right there. What else? I'm gonna get to. Yeah, I wish somebody would have called in so we could have did this little play. All right. So where was I? Where was I? No. Okay. Yeah, I wish somebody would call in so we could play this out. All right. Anyway, so where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? No. Yeah. So where was I? Where was I? I got distracted. I got distracted. Hmm. 1 second, family. I'm trying to get my lunch meat and some things. I got distracted real quick. Oh, let me get. I know what. Let me get his muffins. All right, I got what I got. I got what I got. All right. Yeah. So they want to know at what point did you feel like what was said, what actions that was being done to made you believe this was your last day on earth? Tight, tight, tight. And again, like those answers can be tricky. Oh yeah. So I was gonna say this. So the takeaway is like you teach your kids, you teach your brothers, you teach yourself, you teach your significant other. If you believe that you gotta use fatal force, you better say it. You better say it. So the witnesses can only repeat your words. And don't have no words like, "Hey man, you better or else." Like the stuff I heard he was saying, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want no touch me, see what happens in the self defense. You don't want that. I'm telling you, that's bad language. You want, hey, leave me alone. Hey, I will defend myself. Leave me alone. Hey, what's going on here? I'm scared. Like you want that. All right. I'm tell you straight up. That's what you want. You don't want no tough me and see what happens. You want people to quote saying, "Hey, leave me alone. I'm scared. What's going on? Are you guys gonna hurt me?" Like that was your time. That was your time to shine with your acting skills. That was your time to show how great of an actor you are. You feel me? That was your time to show how much of an actor you are, how great actor you are. And that's why I say, man, like when you're in a situation, or don't say nothing, but like you gotta look at, yo, put yourself there. Like really, put yourself in a situation where you feel like somebody, a stranger, is messing with you. You don't know what's on their mind, and like your language is going to be a certain way. It's going to be a certain way where you want the threat to go away. You feel me? Yeah, you leave it alone. You're not going to invite. So people can look at his words as that he's inviting the confrontation, and that's how that can be looked at. You know, like you want clear words that's like, no, go away, leave me alone. What are you guys planning to do? You're gonna hurt me? Tell you, man, is your life on the line? Is your freedom? You want clear language, no confusion. What's going on here? So those factors I pointed out, like what words that was said that was threatening or none, and like they're gonna, um, since he's not going to sit down, I don't think they're gonna ask the witnesses, which they already did. Like, hey, did anybody threaten him? They asking the witnesses. They say, hey, did any point you believe that his life is on the line? They're like, nah. You feel me? Now, so that's a scenario. So now we're hearing three different things. So stop, 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 stop. I'm gonna put it outside. Stop. Yeah. So you wanna be? I don't know, man. I don't know, family. Like people can easily look at this as a mutual combat. Like, hey, like he was talking trash to him. He's saying, you touch me, you're gonna see what happened. Like people can view that as mutual combat, like not self-defense. That's why I say like I'm trying to think for the juror, and not just white teeth, like just black people, like just a juror, like what? But sometimes the jury don't care if you're innocent or not. Like the simple fact that you FBA, they're gonna vote for you. I mean, they're gonna rule in your favor. And the simple fact you're not FBA, they're gonna rule against you. Like sometimes this is like that. It's like that. So the takeaway for me is to make sure if you find yourself in this situation, you make sure there's no doubt all the witnesses are going. Let's say if there's lying, but there's audio. There's audio. So if they're lying and audio don't say what they say, then guess what? They're going to be discredited. You feel me? Yeah. So tell you, man, this is a learning lesson for everybody. You want to make sure there's no doubt that witnesses was like, yeah, this dude was definitely in fear. He said it. He communicated it 3 times. He even told the dude, like, yo, what do you plan on doing to me if I don't leave? Hey, somebody call the cops, do all that. But it's a tough one, family. I can't, tough one. I just can't see the jury saying, yeah, we believe from you guys yelling at each other, we believe this was your last day on earth. If you haven't done what you've done, this is gonna be your last day on earth. And that's why I like the
That's why like I had to ask myself that, and I had to be honest with myself. Like, do I believe that from the three different accounts, do I believe that one account led me to believe this was his last day on earth? Because that's what self-defense really is, family. That's why when you arm, you pull it out, you have to neutralize the person. You can't go after the legs in the air. You know, you gotta aim to delete because you believe that your life is an imminent threat, but not just a belief. Because beliefs are subjective. Like you gotta have the evidence to back that, like the eyewitness account, whatever. And what you call with Rick Chow had, he said Buddy had a GUN on him, so that's case closed. Feel me? So and they said he pulled out and pointed. So just off that, that is a imminent threat. So just off that, that's an imminent threat.
My turn.
Okay, go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Damn, man. I definitely end up overspending. I definitely end up. I definitely end up overspending. How did I do that? I got a bad habit of not calculating my groceries. What I'm buying. I definitely overspent. Yeah. So man, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. You got to explain. I mean, the jury want to know why he carried a deadly weapon on campus. Is he known for that? Um, yeah, this tough. It's tough. It's tough, family. It's tough. It's gonna be a tough one. Uh-huh. It's gonna be tough, man. Like he gonna need some witnesses, man. Like so at this point, because I know it's gonna be tough for him. At this point, I'm just hoping he got jumped. You dig? That's the only way he gonna get out of this one. Only way he can. Yeah, I believe if a couple guys push on him, I believe he can get out of this. If he got jumped, he good. So I'm hoping he got. I'm hoping that's the real. No, don't do that. Hold it. Don't do that. Hold it. Yeah. So I'm hoping that he just got jumped. That makes it easier. Wait, no, wait, stop running. Yeah. So yes, thank you. Yeah, let's just all hope we got. No, come this way. 'Cause I'm telling you, that I don't believe that the jury. Hey, go in. I said stop doing that. Yeah, I don't believe that the jury is going to believe that he was going to be deleted, like Buddy was going to delete him if he did. No, we go home. How's this? Where'd that come from? Yeah, I find it hard to believe that Buddy thought he was going to be deleted with his hands, like the dude was going to throw him down the bleachers or something. Yeah, that's a hard one, family. It's a hard one, man. It's sometimes like we got cousins and brothers and girlfriends and fathers and mothers. We be like, yo, why did you do that? Like whatever it was, right? Whatever it was, but we know they're at fault. We know, like, damn, like why did you like? Let's say you bought a crazy expensive car, or you got a home you couldn't afford, and like we just keep it real, like we just keep it real, like why'd you do that, dummy? You dig? Like we don't really like act like they didn't do it. You feel me? So, man, like I would have wished that he would have not said nothing. You dig? Not said nothing. And stick in your seatbelt. Get back in your seatbelt. I wish he'd have not said nothing and just ignored him. But said, hey man, like if you're gonna say anything, it should be fearful words. Yo, man, leave me alone, man. I don't gotta leave us. You know, I mean, it is, but leave me alone, man. It's all you guys over here, man. You know, I fear for my life, man. Leave me alone. It's a free country. I see where I want, man. I don't know you. Who are you? Are you a cop? You know? Yeah, so I'm telling you, man, I just don't. Hopefully, and unfortunately, and hopefully, he got jumped. Like with a couple guys, like was shoving him. Hopefully, he got shoved. Another guy smacked him back of his head. I don't know. Hopefully that's the case, because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, man. Y'all can be wishful thinking all you want. It's gonna be hard, man. Like it's hard to believe that somebody's gonna delete you because they're saying, "Get out of my seat." I don't know you, but you're gonna DIE today because you're in our tent. It's kind of hard to believe that, and then it's kind of hard to believe that if you're like aggressive back. Like people who think it's their last day, man. Like you're not doing that old word. Well, let's get it popping in. Like you definitely ain't doing that. All right, whatever. I hear you. Yeah, but you ain't gonna pop it off though. You know, yeah. Like I know, like a lot of us are ignorant to like the law, self-defense, and other stuff, man. So like we think it's whatever is in our mind. That's a problem. Like we be going to jail a lot. You know, just Google how many times Black Americans go to jail for what they thought was self-defense and it wasn't. I know, lead on. Okay, remember that and then like we do dumb stuff. Like remember that woman. I forgot where it was, but the woman who was running her mouth and she came out the car with the GUN and the guy deleted her right there, but his dumb self gonna run her over. Like, dude, you got a legitimate self-defense. Why'd you run her over? I'm telling you, yo, we don't know. We don't know. We got the GUNs because it's cool. You know, I mean, it's a thing to do, but we don't know those laws. So we don't know when we can draw it, brandish it, when we can let loose. Like we don't know, man. We don't know. Like, do you believe that Carmelo Anthony knew the law? Do you believe that he knew that he had to feel like his life was in imminent danger? Do you believe he knew that? or is it possible he believed if you touch me, I can do what I want. I can respond the way I want to respond if you touch me. You feel me? Like, you think he knew the law? I'm telling you, if he did, he wouldn't have said that. He wouldn't have said that if he knew that law. And what I try to do is like make it a learning lesson. Like these events, all learning lessons. But Cyrus and Rick Child learn a lesson. And what's unfortunate is that both of them, both young youth were illegally possessing a deadly weapon. Both of them, man. Both of them. That's the crazy part. Like, yeah, you're not giving yourself a chance. Like one guy was justified deleting him because of that, and the second guy, he don't get no real sympathy because of that. Like no real, probably a fair trial because of that. And like, well, why you got the GUN? I mean, and you cannot have one on school grounds. Okay. I'm gonna read the chat. I'm almost home. I'm gonna read the chat in a second, and then we got it. But anybody, I think that the link is there, right? The link is pinned, so anybody can click the link. If you're here without a wrench, don't worry about it. You're still welcome. I was giving wrenches out one by one all over again because I gave out wrenches too recklessly. We had people who didn't like the channel with wrenches. We had people who were not FBA and were haters of the lineage with wrenches. And then we had people who really don't support with wrenches. I'm like, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad promo. I said, okay. I said, let's start from the beginning. Let me start. Let me take the wrenches away and give the family wrenches that ones who support. And I see the people without wrenches, they'll leave. They'll come here. And like, that's weird though, because they don't have wrenches nowhere else. So they come over here with no wrenches, like, oh, I'm leaving here. But I seen you in the other channel. You had no wrenches over there. You were cool. You feel me? So it's like, so you don't watch over here unless you got a wrench. But I want to give the wrenches to my supporters that pull up on a regular. And I ain't say you got to do it every day I go live, but often as you can. So when I see that consistency, people pulling up, like to me, like it make me feel good because these are folks that want me to win. They in which I win, you win. Because look what I'm doing. I'm not somebody who's like a prankster. I'm over here giving real information now that our lineage can benefit from. You feel me? So anyway, so when I see people are consistent here on the channel, I'm giving those people wrenches. So whoever got a wrench, that is a sign that these folks are normally here. If you don't got a wrench, you're probably not normally here. Because I gave you one. But the thing is, you could change that. You could be normally here from this point on. And I'll throw you a wrench. Or you can wrench yourself up. See, I can give a wrench and take a wrench, but if you wrench yourself up, I can't take that wrench. So how do you wrench yourself up? The membership. The membership is how you wrench yourself up. I can't take that membership. That belongs to you. Okay? You gave yourself a wrench. So show consistency here. You got a wrench, no problem. I'm gonna be a prude. I'm gonna create a Microsoft Excel sheet, and I'm gonna write everybody's name down where I gave a wrench, and I'm gonna put on Microsoft Excel. So when I take away wrenches again, I'm gonna give those folks wrenches because I gotta do an audit every 3 months. I gotta do it because I guess my wrench now they show up two weeks in a row, and then they never come back. So I gotta do an audit every 3 months. I gotta do a quarterly audit. So write everybody's name down. I give a wrench, and then take the wrenches and see who's in the chat. All right, I see y'all. Yeah, wrench back. I see y'all. Y'all always here. Yeah, but I gotta do a quarterly audit. My phone, man, it's not charging. Well, not the car chargers, not charging. It's annoying. Yeah, but man, it was fun talking to you guys. It's fun, share a lot of videos. Get Tariq account on this. I like to try to be matter of factual over emotional. Now, emotional is a human trait. Like, you can't help but control emotions, right? So, but again, like what you got to do, man, you got to purge yourself of any HATE, any bias. Like, you don't want to be gaslit by the media. The media wants that to happen. The media want y'all to be mindless people. Okay, crash out dummies over racial things. That's what they want. Like, they don't want no sound, smart, black, excellent FBAs. They want people who react on emotions and race. Hey, this person's black, that person is white, and this what happened. So automatically side with the black person because he's black. That's your gang, the black gang. Don't, if you side with the white T person on this one, even though the white T person is probably in the right, if you side with him, then you're going against your gang. Like, y'all don't want it to be like that, man. That's what y'all don't want. No, because you got to go to sleep. So you going inside. You're going to want you to go. Want you sleepy. Yeah, man. They're trying to turn y'all into a gang. Your jersey is black. Their jersey is white. Let's get it on. Let's get ready to run. That's where they want y'all at. And I see it. So I'm like, oh man, y'all don't want to do that. And I'm like, well, we don't want to do that. Like, we're not in power for one, like that. We can't compete. Like that's foolishness. That just makes us all targets. And they go after the weak. Kids and women are gonna be the first that to go after. Yeah, we got we be a little smarter, more tactical. And we're not even on cold like that, like they are. You did. Forget about that part. We ain't even on like that. Yeah, I ended up spending more money than I was supposed to. I went like $5 over, like on some foolishness. Oh, that was dumb. Went like $5 over. I bought some buns, hamburger buns. What? No, this napkin. It's dirty. Come on. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So I'm gonna read the chats in a second, and then we out of here. I'm gonna read the chat. Then we are out of here. Go. I'm home now, so I could charge the phone. I don't know where my reading glasses are. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Give me a second. Just offloading the food, the snacks I bought. Okay, and then we're gonna get this thing percolating. Time for the percolator. Time for the percolator. Yeah, just give me a text. I'm getting settled in, and we are going to look over this stuff show for show. Look at some chat stuff. Then we out. Overspent for show for show. And I didn't even buy any mayonnaise. That's the crazy part. I got mustard. I'm the weird guy. I could use mayonnaise or mustard, and a lot of times I like to do both. Feel me? But some good news is, well, next week we're gonna be lit for real, for real. Next week we're gonna be litty. We're gonna be litty next week. Guarantee that. All right. Almost done with the sandwiches. Almost done with the sandwich. Oh, I didn't. This chicken look good. I ain't gonna lie. I had got the sliced chicken. I ain't do the turkey. Chicken look good. The chicken look good. All right. Oh my God. Mm. Mm. All right, mayonnaise. Okay. All right. All right. So I got the food. Oh, I know I ain't just leaving my charger in the car. That is crazy. Yeah, my phone really gonna die. For real, for real. Let me read these comments real fast. Fine, I got my chargers right here. About to say, I know I ain't that goofy. I know I ain't that game goofy. Hmm. Under imminent threat, the body has a response pattern. Intent is in part of the sequence. Barbecue chicken, honey mustard, and some chips. Yeah, the chip part, nah. The chip part, I can't have it all the time. Like the chip part gets you in trouble. Chips get you in trouble. They get me in trouble. The chips get you in trouble, man. Get you in trouble. The chips will get you in trouble. You dig? But yeah, but yeah. I don't want to feel guilty because when I eat a sandwich, to me, I'm doing it because it's like I'm eating clean. You feel me? So when I eat a sandwich, like to me, I'm like happy. I'm proud of myself. I'm eating clean. Not fast food. So I can't ruin that with chips. If I eat the chips with it, then now my mind, my psyche, I'm gonna feel guilty now because I don't believe I'm eating clean. Right? Let me set my alarm clock. Set my clock. How long was it? What time is my alarm clock for? $6:30. Let's hit it for 6:30. 6:25. 6:25. All right, that's good timing. All right, you read these chats while I eat. When I look in the mirror, I can't help what I see. We didn't start it, but I see what you're saying. I'm telling you, like a lot of you guys are. If you got kids, you got young kids, like you're bugging. If you got young kids, you're bugging. It's like you can't see it because like you got to put yourself on the other foot because your kid is gonna not be always innocent. He's gonna be talking some shit too. He's gonna be pushing somebody. And do you want to see he push somebody and then they plant a big knife in his chest? That's what you got to ask yourself. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think the jurors got to believe a push because if he did not get jumped, let's say if he did not get jumped and he just got pushed, the juror got to believe a push warrants that type of action. And if it's no, he's done. If they think a push can lead to that deadly force, then he's good. But I think that's what if he didn't get jumped, it's going to come down to if somebody push you and yell at you, do you have the right to take their life? So for me, I'm just hoping he was jumped. So now we don't got to worry about nothing else. He was jumped, we're good. I'm out, family. I'm out. See ya probably tomorrow. Peace. B1, BAF, Black Americans First.